friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Sunday, July 28th, 2024. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm really glad that you're here spending part of your day or your evening with me. Happy Olympics! The Olympics are underway. I saw only parts of the opening ceremonies. I wish I had seen the whole thing. It looked amazing. So hopefully you were able to watch the opening ceremonies, and I just thought it was so creative. And so that's fun. So I've had the TV on here and there, but as you know, if you watched last week, well, I was at a garage sale this weekend, Friday and Saturday. I am dead tired. So if I seem a little out of it, I do have my coffee here. So I am trying to wake up. I slept really hard last night. The garage sale was fantastic. It felt warm to us, but it was not a hot day. It was like low 80s, which for us in the Pacific Northwest is average for summer. It's part of why I moved here. The average for summer is supposed to be around 84-ish degrees. It feels like we have not been at that. Let's just say that, especially this month. We've been very hot, into the 90s, even the 100s. So as far as garage sale heat, we really lucked out, although it did feel very hot, especially when we were cleaning up at the end of the day. But we did very well. It was a multi-family. We had 4 families. It was so much fun. There was a lot of people. We had great traffic, made a little bit of money. I cleared some things out. People got some deals. I had some craft stuff because, as you know, this summer I have reorganized my craft room a bit. And so I had some craft supplies. Don't worry, no cross stitch. I had some other craft supplies that I just am not using that I wanted to get rid of. And they sat the first day. Nobody even looked at them the first day. And I said, I know that there's a crafter who's going to come along and is going to be so excited. She came on Saturday. And I saw her, I was in charge of the money and checking people out, which I love, because I need a job. I can't just sit there all day without having a job. So the fact that I had a job that was pretty consistent made me really happy. And everyone else was fine with letting me take care of the money. In the end, we came out $8 ahead of what my note said, which is better than under. And then we remembered, actually, it's only $3 ahead because some gentleman gave us a $5 tip. I'm not sure why, but he did. So no complaints there, but he gave us a $5 tip. So really, we were only $3 off, and it was in the green. So I'm quite proud of that because I was like, there's no way it's going to matter. It's just not. It's just too chaotic, and you have 4 families. So you're writing down, if somebody comes up with $7 total, it could be 4 different families, 3 families have $1 each and the other family has $4, right? So that's the type of meticulous note taking that had to be done. I loved it. I loved having a job and a challenge. So, but this crafter lady came up and I saw she had bought a bunch of my craft supplies. And I said, oh, you're the crafter I've been waiting for. I knew you would. She said, my child just graduated from college. And so now we're official empty nesters and I get the room as a craft room. So she's like, I have 1 room I can fill up. And so then I said, well, have you seen this and this and this? And so she basically bought all the craft supplies I had. And I was so happy. She was so excited and I was so happy and she was happy. And it was fantastic. We had a great time. We are dead tired today. It is also very chilly today. Look, I have a sweater on. I love it. I was sitting out on my deck this morning drinking my coffee and I got a little too chilly. I gotta say, I am not complaining. That is not a complaint. It is overcast. I don't think it's supposed to rain. It's still going to be in the mid 90s later this week. But that is where we're at. So I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm tired. I might take a nap this afternoon. I do have a little bit. I'm doing a summer class, my side job summer class. So I do have some grading to do this afternoon. But if I can get this uploaded and get some grading done, it's a smaller class, so it shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, we'll go from there. I have a whole stack of things to share with you. And we're going to talk about August plans because it's July 28th. Now, that means that my month of vacation is coming to an end, and I'm super sad, but it's time, right? Like, so I go back to work on Thursday, but I get to work from home for most of August, which is a great way to kind of ease into it. And then, I mean, after Labor Day, we're off and running. So we'll do the best that we can do. So let's talk whips. So we completed Tour de France. So for Tour de France, it is a challenge every year by Full Coverage Fanatics on Facebook. I don't post pictures or anything. I think Sarah from Stitchy Mommy said this too. I don't post pictures or anything. I just try to follow along. So it is where you stitch the number of stitches as the kilometers that the bicyclists bike each day. So my choice for the past, I think this is the third year I've done it, is Cat Alphabet by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Irina Garmashova. And we are in this first block. My goal for this year's Tour de France was to finish the cat. So let me show you where we were before we started Tour de France. So I'll insert a picture here while I'm getting this ready. I'm just stitching this on 18 count Aida. It is a bed sheet, as my friend Candy would say. Okay, so here's where we were. Are you ready? Here's where we got to. The cat is finished. Look how cute the cat turned out. I know I showed that last week. And then look, we got the A is, I think it's pretty much done. Yeah, the A is done. The L is mostly done. You can see it anyway. So we are definitely making good progress on this. I know several of you mentioned, like, you're sad to see it go away. I'm very sad to see it go away, too. It is such fun to stitch. There is a little bit of heavy confetti, but a lot of it, there's also a lot of block color. So it's you can make some progress, you know. I am thrilled with the progress. I am sad to see it go away. But that's how far we got. So we got a total amount. So the goal was 3,500 stitches for me. So I got a total of 3,573 stitches. So I'm happy with that. And I am now right at 5% done. So another goal. So that feels really great. I'm really, really happy with that. I mentioned before that the only reason why I can do the whole, because you can choose like just climbing days or just racing days or whatever for different jerseys and do like 1,500 stitches. The only reason why I'm able to do this is because I'm off for the month of July, and so I have extra time to stitch. So I did that. I loved it. It was fantastic. Then I pulled out Beautiful Girl. This is by TJ Designs on Etsy. It says, Beautiful Girl, you can do hard things. I'm stitching this for a friend of mine who was diagnosed with breast cancer this spring. I'm stitching this on it's a Color and Cotton August 2020 Fabric Club. It's just called Special Edition, so it doesn't really have a name. It's 32 count. This is where I'm at. So I'm working on the mandala, and then I'll go back and do the words. So basically in the mandala, I'm right, as far as the bottom, I'm right there. So I just have this little bit of yellow to do, and then we will, have reached the bottom of the mandala. And you can see we're getting there on the mandala. So that feels really good. I worked on this, I worked on it 3 days. The third day I worked on it, it was Friday after the first day of the garage sale. I worked on it for like 20 minutes. I said, I can't do this. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so tired. So I don't include that. But between the 2 days, I got in 812 stitches. We are now at about 53.77% done. I would like to get this done sooner rather than later, just because it is a gift. So that's Beautiful Girls. We did pull out Summer Montage. This is my seasonal Sunday piece. Artwork by Janet Stever. It is charted by Pain Free Crafts, and we were up here in the first block. So I was doing some fill-in on this petal of the rose is where I worked. And this is just all my montages. I am stitching on 32 count, just it's a white even weave because they're full coverage. So you can see we got a lot of fill-in done. There's still a little bit more to go, but we got a lot of fill-in done over here. I got 489 stitches in because it was a lot of just one or two colors of fill-in, so I got some good progress. You can see I still have some more work to do down here in the border and the green and pulling it over. Where Stitching Mommy is working, she's working kind of in the opposite corner up in here, and she says it's very confetti heavy. So this one, again, kind of similar to Cat Alphabet. There are spaces where like the rose goes actually quite quickly, but then some of this background is a bit more confetti heavy. So, you know, whenever I get to that part, my progress won't be as much. We are now at 5.06% done. So we hit the 5% mark on this one as well. So it's coming together. I'm excited. I've mentioned before, this one just hasn't gotten the same amount of love as the other ones have, just because of my schedule this summer. But we'll give it some more love. So that was summer montage. Then once Tour de France ended, I switched my 25/7 piece from Cat Alphabet to Trust the Universe by the Sunflower Diaries. This one is on my year of whips, so I do want to finish it this year. I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count Cresting Waves by Fortnite Fabric. So this is all finished. So the bird, the body of the bird is all finished in white, and you can see I started filling in her hair. It's two colors of dark blue. You can see, pardon the string. So I still have that to go, but we're getting there. So we've just a couple of days have been working on her hair, so not much attention has been given to that. I'm thinking I might go in with a light gray and do, oh, I just missed some white right in here. I just realized that. There's some white in here I just missed, because you can barely see it. It's hard to see. It's the fabric choice. It's hard to see in person, too. On camera, you can barely see it, but I might go in and just outline the white in like a light gray color, just so it gives so you can see it a little bit more. Let me know what you think, if that's an okay idea. So this one needs some more love to get it done. This is Mental Health Matters. My friend Devi sent this to me a while ago because I did start this, was it last year, for Mental Health May, that my friend Candy of the 614 Stitcher hosts every year. So you could see, you know, I'm kind of in her hair, but then I still have, there's another chunk of white actually over here for the body of the bird to do, and the flowers and the border and the word universe. So there's a bit more to go on that one. Then I pulled out Woodland Christmas, and I did work on this. I finished block 5, which I'm thrilled about. I didn't calculate how long it took me. I forgot to do that. But Woodland Christmas, I'm just stitching this on a 28 count Dove Gray. I'm doing it all in one piece. This is by Tiny Modernist. There are 12 different charts, so I'll show you what it looks like all at once, and then we'll zoom in on the block I finished, the angel. So I did change her skin color and her hair color, so it looked a little bit more like me. And there was a big flower here, which I took out. I just took it out. I don't know why. I love flowers in general, but I just didn't love the flower in her dress. So I took the flower out and just did, I mean, it kind of looks a little empty, but I think it's fine. These were already in there in the design, the little white flowers at the bottom of her dress. So I just kept those in, and I think it's fine. And then I went over, and I had time, and I started in on number 6, right? Yeah, 6. And I accidentally pulled number 7 to show you. So I don't have number 6 to show you what it is, but we'll see it next year. This is going to go on my year of whips for next year to try and finish. Each block takes me about 3.5 evenings to work on to finish it. So around maybe like 14 hours or so. So I was able to start on the next block, which is great. So here's a look at it again. I think it's super cute. And I'm excited to work on it. It's easy. It's kind of, you don't have to think a lot. It's pretty easy. It's by Tiny Modernist. This is what number 7 looks like, which I'm not on. That one will have a lot of white in it. But it's called Woodland Christmas by Tiny Modernist. I was in the Crazy Annie's Chart of the Month Club when this came out. I'm sure it's still available. Okay, next up is Christmas Dinner, which I need to talk to you all about. I need your opinions. Okay, this is what it will look like. This is from Stitcher's World 2001 magazine. This is what it looks like. I love this chart. I have carried it around with me to start it. Okay, this is what it looks like. I am maybe right here. So maybe about halfway, but I haven't done the animals in the front. So right about in here. Okay, so keep that in mind. I kind of gave up, you guys. Okay, so this is where I'm at. A lot of work has been done on this already. There are 2 things wrong with this that I don't like. One, I have never liked half stitches. Never. Now, on our Zoom call last Sunday, I learned, which this is probably really obvious to many of you, so be kind if you already knew this, because it seems very obvious to me now that I learned it. But on our Zoom, I learned it that when you're doing half stitches, I always do, I don't know if you can see, I always do my half stitches as the first leg, how I do cross stitches, right? Because then I'm like, then you just leave off the second leg. Well, no, because then that means your stitches are going different directions. Because see, here's an example of a full stitch down here. It's really hard to see on this. And then here is an example of my half stitches. So the full stitches, my X's are finishing like this direction, say, for example, but my half stitches are finishing the other direction. Okay? So when you're doing half stitches, you should do them as you do the top leg, which makes so much sense to me now. This whole thing, so all this sky and background is all half stitches. And I hate part of what I hate half stitches is it's very hard for my eyes to see and count, and I get off, and it's just, I hate it. Now, if I were to actually do the half stitches with the top leg, I don't know if that would be easier for me. I'm hoping it will be easier for me. So somewhere along the way in this, I'm off. You can't tell. It looks fine. You can't tell. But when I went to go work on this tree here, this is primarily what I worked on, a little bit in this background. I am like a whole row off, meaning there's an extra row in here somehow. And I just got so frustrated, and I just put it down, and that's when I pulled out Beautiful Girl, I think. And I was like, I don't like working on this. I love the chart. I don't like working on it. I don't pull it out. I started this like 3 years ago. I rarely work on it. It's on a linen too, which makes it a little bit harder for me. So here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I know I have a lot done on this. I have tried to correct my mistake. I can't correct it. And even if I could figure out where I added that extra half or that extra row, all my half stitches are still going in the opposite direction of my full stitches. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm not giving up on this. I'm thinking I want to restart it. Let me know your thoughts. I'm thinking, I know I have a lot done. I feel like I've been working on this for a long time. This was going to go on my year of whips for next year. but I don't pull it out. Part of why I'm not working on it is because I think I got off somewhere. And I do want to finish it, and I do really love the chart. It is not the chart's fault. It is 100% me. I mean, maybe you could even just do Santa. Like, start right here or something. Like right here or closer into the trees and just do the Santa. But I do love the little animals. I mean, it is very cute. Let me know your thoughts. I know some of you are going to say, you've done so much work, just figure it out. I know some of you are going to say, if you don't love it, start over. The thought, when I think about starting over, it's not as dreadful to me as like it might seem that I've given so many hours to this already, because I think it's not like this is really fresh. All this work is really fresh in my mind. It's not, because I've only done this much over 3 years. So I would like your opinions and your advice. I think I would choose a different fabric too. I mean, this is a great fabric. It's vintage smoky white. I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could just start it over on the other side. I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts, because you guys have great ideas. You have great encouragement. So let me know what you think. But that's what I'm thinking now, is that it's going to be a restart at some point. So that's what I worked on this week. So let me know your thoughts. Okay, just a little tiny bit of haul. I placed a Garan order for some DMC for a project I'm kitting up to start in August, which I will show you in just a moment. And because Floss cannot travel alone, I picked up JBW Designs, the Love. Oh, sorry about that glare. I thought this would be a really cute Valentine's Day piece. I might change the colors to more like pink instead of green. But I think it's really cute. It would be a great Valentine's Day piece. Then I got my fabric of the month from Bestitch Me. I get a half yard. This month, this is the July fabric. I get a 32 count Lugana, and this color is called Coconut Shell. So I just got it, so if you don't want to see it, then look away. It's a very dark brown. It would be good for a Halloween piece or something. I am going to pause my membership on this, just because I have so much fabric already. Yeah. So I have a lot of fabric. You know, I talked about redoing my craft room, and I have a drawer of fabric and it's almost full, so I don't want to keep adding to it. So I think I'm going to cancel that one just for now, until I can use up some of my fabric. That's all my haul. And then for giveaways, I was, again, cleaning up my craft room. This I had started, but I'm not gonna finish it, because there are other charts of hers that I like that I will be working on. But this one, so I thought one of you will like this to stitch. It just wasn't calling to me in the same way. So it's Jan Hicks Creates Meditation Garden. I do like it, but I think there's just other things that I would rather stitch of hers. As you know, I'm a big fan. So if you would like to win this, so we're going to give this away. I am behind on giveaways, par for the course. So if you are waiting on a giveaway, if you're thinking I haven't received it yet, you're correct. You have not received it yet, because it's sitting behind me. It's been a much busier month than I anticipated, honestly. This I will ship anywhere in the world. Don't say giveaway or anything like that in the comments. Just say the word garden and you'll be entered to win. Okay, garden is our giveaway, and I'll draw that next week. Okay, let's get into plans for August. So I have 2 new starts for August. One of them is what I bought some of that DMC for from Garan. Please hold. I just dropped a bunch of stuff. A ring of floss. So I am starting. I have a lot of these charts, and I have never stitched them. I have them in this notebook because they are sized differently than most things that I have. So Grill Point de Croix, I think, Halloween Window. This is by La Petite Croix De Lucy. I love her patterns. I have so many of her patterns. I've never stitched one. My friend Karen from Stitching Past My Bedtime on Flosstube and I are going to start this in August. Really cool. Tons of backstitching. This is a backstitch as you go piece. Tons of backstitch. But I'm going to start it probably the first Saturday in August. The fabric, I wanted to show you the fabric and the colors. You can see the colors, very Halloween-y, browns and oranges. I am going to stitch it on this, I think, which is Cozy Coat by Fortnite Fabrics. And I started Meditation Garden on it, right there, in one corner. And I started G. Legier in another corner and then realized this fabric isn't going to be big enough. But it will be big enough for Halloween window. So if we do a floss toss, that will work. Now some of these whites and tans are a little light, but they will have other things around them. So I'm not too worried about it. So that will be Halloween window, which is, I'm very excited. I haven't had a new start in a while. So we will do that. Then my other new start is going to be my 25/7 piece for the month of August. This is also on my Year of Whips, even though it hasn't been started yet. It is called Immortal. A lot of you have seen this by Lucy B. Buying cross stitch like I'm immortal. I just think it's cute. I love it. I did brighten up the colors. It only calls for 3 colors. They call for Gast, baby spinach, cornflower, and lavender potpourri. I brightened them up a little bit because it is a little bit prim. I don't know what fabric this is. It's a color and cotton. Marzipan. 32 count marzipan in color and cotton. And these are the colors I chose. So brighter and a brighter fabric. The colors I chose are, Victoria Motto sampler threads. This is Heirloom Green. No. Heirloom Ferns. This is Wild Bluebells by Victoria Motto. I have a ton of Victoria Motto. I just took because hers are, what are they, 10 yards or more than that maybe. So I just took a chunk and used it. And I haven't used much of it, and I have a bunch in my stash. And then Weeks Dye Works Begonia, which I thought was really pretty. So that's what I'm using for my colors. I think it will be fun and bright. And I look forward to working on that, maybe even getting it done. That one's not that big. It's 98 wide by 137 high. But most of it is the words. So I'm hoping, this is on my Year of Whip, so it'll get done this year, but hopefully it will get done maybe even this month or next month in August. Okay, so those are the 2 new starts. Then we get into the Magazine Monthly Challenge group that I co-run with my friend Robin. We're on Facebook. Make sure, if you want to join us, we would love to have you. Just make sure to fill out the answers to the questions so we know you're not a bot or a spammer. What am I saying? The theme for the month is Over the Mountains. So, for Over the Mountains, I'm going to be working on, it's out of Just Cross Stitch. I'm covering up my address here. Just Cross Stitch. It's the December 2018 issue. I started this for Miss Dina of Half Stitch Cross Stitch for her birthday last year. This is called Happy Christmas Buck, designed by Leslie Tier. This is what it will look like when it is all done. I love it. And this is on my Year of Whips for this year. And I don't know what I'm stitching this on. It might be like a lamb's wool linen. It feels like I have some Krynick sitting here, but I got the buck butt done last year, and you can see some of the Krynick snowflakes in there and stuff. So continue working. This one has beads and Krynick and all that, but it's going to be really cute. So I'm going to give that a couple of days. And the way that this fits the theme Over the Mountains is because to me, I was going to use Christmas dinner for over the mountains because there's mountains in it. But to me, it looks like he is prancing over the mountains. So that's how I made that fit. So, Year of Whips. That one should get done this. I don't think it'll get done this month, but this year we'll get it done. Then our acrostic for the month, we have two. So the one I'm going to do is Glide, Glide. But if you're a super challenger and you want a longer one, it's Hang Glide. So for the G in Glide, I am doing Hummingbird Garden, which spring 2024. Actually, I have to switch out to the summer 2024 issue. But this is Hummingbird Garden, designed by Carolyn Manning. This is what it will look like when it's all done. I have the first 3 done. They are in the spring issue. Now I have to switch to the summer issue to do the next 3. So I will be starting on this one. I have to find my summer issue. But I will be starting on this mandala and hopefully finishing it. The mandalas are also going to be, this piece is also going to be on my Year of Whips for next year. I need to serge the edges of this fabric. This is a 28 count. It's just like a 28 count white Lugana even weave. So this is where we're at with the, with the first 3 done. So we're going to move to the bottom. I need to serge the edges with my new serger. And then we'll move down to the bottom. So this stands for the G in Glide for Garden. I'm going to give it 3 days and hopefully finish that mandala in 3 days. Next up is Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. This says, "Oh my darling, it's true. Beautiful things have dents and scratches too." I love this one. This is the L in Hang Glide, L for Lindy Stitches. I'm going to give this 3 days. I'm working on the bird. I'm almost done with the bird, actually. And I have all these flowers done. This is on my Year of Whips this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this one done. This is stitched on a 32 count Outback Jack by Stitch Me. So you can see, So you can see the bird is mostly done. So we'll be working on that and we'll give this 3 days. If it doesn't get done this year, it will roll over to my Year of Whips for next year. So that's one I'm not confident I can finish this year. Then the I in Glide will count for Immortal, the new start. The D, Karen from Stitching Past My Bedtime. The D is Jeanette Douglas. This is Blooming Bouquets #1, Thankful. We started this last year for her birthday. She's long done with hers. I have not pulled mine out since last year. This is also on my Year of Whips. And Karen, I'm sorry. I don't know that I'm going to get this done, to be really honest with you. And I don't know exactly I can't remember what I'm stitching it on. But this is where I'm at. It's very pretty. I have all 6 of these, and I think they're beautiful. So I'm going to give this some love. I'm going to give it some love. But that's where I'm at. So it hasn't gotten much love. I don't know that this one will get done this year either. So it will roll over to next year. And that is D for Jeanette Douglas. That will get 3 days this month. Then for the E, it's going to be Princess Ileana, which is a Mirabilia. I love her. She's so pretty. She's also on my Year of Whips, and I also don't think I'm going to get her done this year. This I'm stitching on 32 count Parthenon Lugana by Color and Cotton. It was the March 2021 fabric of the month. So I don't know if this fabric is still available, if she's still dyeing it, but I'll have to see which way it goes. I have it marked. Okay, so it goes this way. This is where I'm at. Again, I don't know that I will get it done this year, but we're going to give her 3 days, and this is the E and Glide, E for Ileana. So we'll give her some love and see where we get to. So that is the acrostic. Then, in addition to that, I'm going to give Trust the Universe 2 full days of working on it to move that along. we're going to pull out our hearts. This is by Brenda Gervais of With Thy Needle and Thread. Our hearts. This is on my year of whips. So I hope to finish it this year. I think it's doable. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Platinum Lugana, which I love this fabric. And it's not going to take up the whole thing at all. It's going to take up just like maybe a little over a quarter. But this is where I'm at. So I'm going to give this 2 days. So you can see I'm like right up in here, this area. And it says, my heart and your heart and my heart are very old friends. I love that saying. So there's that. Then we are going to pull out one you haven't seen since last year, Black Cat Season by Lindy Stitches. So this is also on my year of whips. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this done this year. Maybe. There are only 6 charts. I've started chart 3, so you can see where we're at. And this is chart 3. May the blackest cat you've ever seen make you smile on Halloween. Now this is mostly words, so I'm hoping it won't be too bad. And then it will be halfway done. So we're going to give this 3 full days this month. I'm stitching this on a piece of, it's a called for 32 count Blackberry Latte by Grace Notes Fabrics. So this is a really fun one. We're starting to think about fall, you guys. That's what happens in August. We start looking towards fall. At least I do. Okay. Then, of course, we'll work on summer montage. It will get the Sundays. And then I'm going to give 3 days to the Biddy Bowl Club. This is by Pine Mountain. I'm in this club. This is August. I'm going to give it 3 days, which hopefully will mean I can finish both of these in the 3 days. Not FFO them necessarily, but finish them. Like, at least get the stitching done. And the kit comes with everything you need. So we're going to do that. This club will also be on my year of whips for next year. So the more I can get done this year, the fewer I have to do next year. Okay, and then summer montage. So that's the plans for August. A lot on the docket, but it should be a really fun month, kind of looking towards fall, pulling out some of the fall Halloween pieces, which will be fun. This week, tonight, I'm going to work on Trust the Universe for 25/7. I'm going to work on summer montage because it's Sunday. So the rest of this month, I was going to work on One Nation. Because July, I haven't worked on it yet. And I like to work on it in months that have like federal holidays, basically. But I gave so much time to E Pluribus Unum this month that I really feel like the one I should work on for the last 3 days, well, summer montage today, but then the last 3 days of July, I'm going to work on Beautiful Girls to really push that closer to a finish. I don't think I'll finish it in the 3 days, but it'll move it along quite a bit. So I would like to give that the 3 days. So just because it is going to be a gift and I would like to get it done sooner rather than later. Then we flip over, what is it? Thursday is the 1st of August. So then I'll flip over and I will start Immortal for 25/7. And then I'll work on Happy Christmas Buck for 2 days. So you'll see that next week as well. So that is everything I have. I hope you have a great week. I hope you're enjoying watching the Olympics when you have a free moment. I hope it's not too hot where you are. I'm loving this weather. It's going to get hot again here, but, you know, that's that time of year. What do you expect? But otherwise, yeah, I will be back on Saturday next week, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thanks for joining me. Bye.